Good evening, listener. Please sit by my fire, get comfortable, relax, and let me ramble through some scary stories I was told were true. I'm a fire ranger in Canada. These are my stories. By Jekus. Hello, I'm a fire park ranger in Alberta, Canada. This will be a series of events that happened to me over the past 5 years of service. This isn't normal for me to write my feelings online, but someone close to me said that I should try. I already have a lot of trouble explaining what happened, so please bear with me. I've been a fan of no sleep for the past 5 years, basically since the first night shift I took here in the watchtower. My job is simple. I either sit in the weather tower or the watchtower. Either way, I spend my day watching one of the most beautiful views one can see. Mountains, lakes, and miles of forest. During the night, it's like being in space. I can't see anything except the stars and the moon shining through the tower. My tasks are to respond to problems nearby the tower, day or night, and watch for any signs of smoke. I am trained to respond to service calls, or wolf call, deploy and investigate alone. I prefer working nights if you ask me. Something with the way things are during the night makes me just want to sit down and relax. That's when I started reading stories on no sleep. At first it made me a little uneasy with where I was, since I work alone in a tower that moves a little every time the wind blows. Every time the tower shakes, it feels like someone is climbing up the ladder. I lost count of the nights that I sat right next to the entrance, paranoid. After a while, I got used to the ambience. I got really comfortable with my work. Maybe a little too much. This blog will tell you stories in a series of posts of my most awkward and weird events that happened to me in the past 5 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight, hold on to your beer or coffee, and be prepared to be entertained in the most terrifying way possible. A bit too much? March 17th, 2015, 10:45 p.m. My shift usually starts at 10:30, but that night I was a little late. I had already called in to tell them I'd be a couple of minutes late, so I wasn't really rushing to get there. To get to my tower, I have to drive a good 20 minutes in a dense forest, at maybe 20 kilometers an hour. Then I'd find parking and walk 10 minutes in a little path that would bring me to the tower. Not scary at all if you're a trained ranger. As I was walking down the path, I didn't use my flashlight, since the full moon was at its peak. I could see very well. I decided to put on my earphones and listen to some Rush. The path brought me to a cliff of wheat and small oak trees. When you're walking up the cliff, you can see the weather tower at the top of it, so I didn't have much to walk left to get to my position. As I was scrolling down my iTunes list, I had this weird feeling in my head. You know the feeling that you're being watched? I actually thought there was something, since my area was full of mountain lions and other cute but dangerous creatures. So I decided to pick up the pace and try to get there without getting hunted down by some big cat. Now, at a certain point, when you're approaching the tower's territory, Some light sticks start lighting up to show you the right path to the tower. I was going to the weather tower, so I followed the right path. The lights are activated with a motion detector, so when I passed one, 2 of the lights up ahead will light up. That's when I saw something weird. A couple of meters down the path, not even 30 feet from the gate, the lights were turning on and off, as if someone was ahead of me. I stopped, took off my earplugs, and yelled, "Yo, who's there?" Nothing. The lights turned off. I shrugged it off, thinking maybe it was a small animal or something. I walked maybe 5 or 6 meters. The lights of the gate turned on again. Standing in front of the gate, a man. At least from where I was looking, it looked like a guy. I couldn't tell if it was one of the guys from the tower, but there was a guy standing in front of the gate. I stopped again, annoyed and confused. I yelled loudly, "Hey man, this is private property. Do you work here?" The lights turned off again. Now I was getting a little spooked. I decided to pick up my radio and call in my station, but the radio, obviously, was dead. As I was about to start walking again, the lights turned on again, and the man was walking up the stairs leading to the entrance of the weather tower. I started running like crazy to try and catch up with him. At that point, I was dead set on talking to the guy. I got to the tower finally, assuming the guy was inside with my co-workers. Since there's like 5 minutes between him getting inside and me getting to the bottom of the stairs, I would have seen him climb down in between for sure. I was about to open the door and enter the tower, and I looked behind me because of the same feeling I had earlier. Convincing myself I was reading too much of No Sleep at Night, I entered. "Hey man, sorry I'm late. Where's the guy?" My co-workers looked at me confused. What guy? I've been alone since you left this morning." So, I'm either going crazy, or I actually saw someone, and he magically went down the staircase without me noticing it. Either way, that night I was not on a weather watch. Well, I'm done rambling for now, listener. Wasn't that fun? I hope our writers survive their encounters, so they can tell me more of their tales, and I can ramble through them with you. Good night, listener, and do take care, because you never know what's out there.